The latest Pokemon TCG set Chilling Reign released a few weeks ago and has loads, and I mean loads, of great cards. However, with great cards comes great prices. Is your favorite card in the top 10 most expensive cards of this set? In today's video, you'll find out. Yo, what is going on, guys? Alien ESP here, back in the video, and as I just said, as you guys saw with the title and thumbnail of this video, in today's video, we're going over the top 10 most expensive cards from the latest Pokemon TCG set Chilling Reign. Is your favorite card on this set? Who knows? What are your predictions for the most expensive card of the set? Put it in the comments now. But yeah, you guys are about to find out. Let's get right into it, baby. So yeah, guys, in at number 10 we do the Alt-Art Shadow Rider Calyrex V coming in at $45. All of the price I'm saying are in dollars, so you guys can convert it into your currency. Also, when scouring eBay, I averaged it out, and then I took that average and then rounded it to the nearest 5. So if it was 44, instead of telling us 44, I would have said 45. If it was 52, I would have said 52. I don't need to explain maths to you. That's your maths teacher's job if you're still in school like me. But yeah, let's get right into it. So we do at number 10 we do the Alt-Art Shadow Rider Calyrex at $45. I did just say I really do like this card. Love the artwork. We see some Squirvits in the tree just staring at Shadow Rider Calyrex like, whoa, what is that Pokemon? It must be some crazy rare legendary mythical right at the top of the hierarchy, because I've never seen it before. It is also right at the top of the hierarchy when it comes to competitive side of the TCG, with Shadow Calyrex VMAX being a super powerful card, if not the most powerful card Pokemon has ever printed. I'm not even joking. If you guys don't know much about the TCG and want to get into it, I may do a video in the future talking about it. I highly do recommend getting into the TCG. It is such a fun game, and you meet so many good and fun people just within the community. So yeah, in at number 10 we do have Shadow Rider Calyrex V, and in at number 9 we do have a full art for once. We do have the full art trainer Caitlin. This is coming in at $50, and I must say, when I was thinking of the top 10, I didn't really think of this card. I was thinking mainly most of them will be alt arts. You guys will see the alt arts, but I totally forgot about this card when I was researching the price of some cards and saw Caitlin. I was like, how could I forget about this card? This card is so gorgeous. Full art Caitlin is coming in at $50. This card is so good. It's a full art waifu, so full art trainers are wanted as well as waifu collectors. I do believe Caitlin's a Gen 5 gym leader as well. Correct me if I'm wrong. I do believe it is a gym leader as well as an Elite Four member in one generation. Maybe it's I think it's actually a gym leader in black and white, and then in black and white 2 I think it's actually an Elite Four member. Maybe that's how it works. I think it is now that I say it out loud, but if that is not the case, comment down below. I haven't actually played the Gen 5 games. I'm going to play them soon. I actually just ordered a copy of white. Super excited for that to arrive. I love Zekrom, so that's why I chose white over black. Reshiram is cool. I don't like it's shiny, barely changes. But yeah, in at number 8 we do also have the Alt Art Galarian Articuno. This is also coming in at $50. Now I know number 9 and number 8 are both at $50. I put 8 above 9 obviously because when it came to the prices before I rounded it to $50, Galarian Articuno's prices of sales were just higher overall, so but I still continued to round it. I believe Caitlin was at $49 and Alt-Art Galarian Articuno was at $52 on average. There was also some cents there, but I'm not going to count that. So Alt-Art Galarian Articuno, the first of the Galarian buds to make an appearance on this list. The other 2 are on this list, don't worry, and they are some pretty expensive cards. Don't surprise me though. The artwork on those are so unique, and we'll get to them in just a minute. I would actually do like Galarian Articuno. Reminds me of Frozone from The Incredibles. Where is my super suit? I always say that whenever I think of it. As well, the ability is kind of interesting, allowing you to discard 2 cards to draw 1. That could be a possible draw engine. However, I do think we have better. I really do like Shadow Rider Calyrex VMAX inbuilt draw engine, allowing you to draw 2 cards at no cost. You don't discard, as well as allowing you to attach a psychic energy from your hand to one of your, I think it's a bent psychic Pokemon. That card is so powerful. You guys, if you guys want a deck list of that card, let me know and we'll make that for you guys. I love playing the TCG. If you're not into it, so I'd highly recommend it. And when tournaments reopen after the global pandemic, make sure you guys check them out because they are honestly such great fun. But yeah, at number 8 that was the Alt-Art Galarian Articuno at $50. In at number 7 we have our first VMAX of the set, and is an Alt-Art VMAX. This being the Alt-Art Ice Rider Calyrex VMAX. The pull rates on these are really difficult, and I think the price doesn't really reflect it at the moment. That's not financial advice, by the way, me saying that you should go out and buy it if you guys don't want the card, or if it doesn't fit your investment portfolio in Pokemon, if you're one of those Pokemon investors. Yeah, this card is coming in at $55, and I must say, when it comes to the pull rates of these, they're really low pull rates. The Alt-Arts in general, let alone the Alt-Art VMAX, is the creme de la creme. I must say that price is very low, because $55 $55. What is that? That's like 11 packs if we convert that into packs. Money into pack scheme. That is the weirdest conversion rate I think I've ever heard of money, actual real life money to Pokemon cards. But hey, I guess it works. That's like quite so around 11 packs, I would say. And realistically, in 11 packs, you're probably not going to pull an Alt-Art, let alone Alt-Art VMAX. And then the odds of you getting this specific one highly against you, but you could get lucky. You could get in your first pack, you could get in your millionth pack, who knows. We have actually opened some chilling weight on this channel. I was able to open it early, super grateful for that. I'm so happy I was able to open the set in these harsh times, let alone 2 weeks early at the time. There was another booster box of it as well, so I'm just so grateful for that. Make sure to check it out if you haven't already. We did pull a sick full art in part 1 of the booster box, so you guys need to check that out. But yeah, the Alt-Art Ice Rider Characters VMAX, I must say, is kind of in the shadow of Shadow Rider Characters VMAX, pun not intended there. But yeah, both in its playability and artwork, I prefer the artwork on all Shadow Riders to the Ice Riders. The Ice Riders are nice, maybe that's because when I'm playing the Crown Tundra, what this set is based on, I chose Spectria over Glacier, meaning I actually got Shadow Rider in the game rather than Ice Rider. And playability too, I play the TCG, so and as I've been saying multiple times in this video, Shadow Rider Calyrex, both its V and V Max are just powerhouses in the game, and unfortunately Ice Rider isn't. But yeah, that is your number 7 for Chilling Reign, Alt-Art Ice Rider Calyrex V Max in at $55. In at number 6, this is a fan favourite of the set. What is it? This is the beautiful, and I must say beautiful, Alt-Art Zeraora V, coming in at $60. Wow, guys, the artwork on this card is honestly astonishing. I must say, one of the greatest cards I've seen Pokemon do. It's just they're like on the top of a mountain, not touching the sun, but it's angled, so it looks like that with the tree in the back. I think you can also see a Weavile in the back. I think there's also like another Pokemon, but where the text is that covers most of that Pokemon, so I've been trying to work out. Not in person, obviously, I haven't been lucky enough to pull this card. Maybe it's a Kecleon, I can't really remember. There's a Kecleon in this set, however, so that kind of makes sense. I really do like Kecleon, he's a cool boy, I must say. One of my favourite Gen 3 Pokemon. But yeah, I've actually seen this card being pulled a fair bit. I don't know why, I feel like I've seen a lot of boost boxes being cracked open and seeing it opened. I don't know if that's just me like enjoying the card, so I'm noticing it more, if that's even a thing. I think it is a thing, like where you want something so much, when you see other people have it, you tend to note it a bit more before you're actually going for it. But I feel like I've seen this card so much being pulled, I'm not regretting it. When I see it, I'm like, wow, what a piece of artwork. I feel an honour that I'm able to watch it. I haven't seen it in person though, my pull of it hasn't been the best. Got some decent cards, not gonna lie. That common Sobble from the set where it's meditating in the waterfall, probably the best card from the set I've got. No, obviously I am joking. We have got some great cards, pulling one of the most powerful cards in the set. Super grateful for that. But yeah, that was number 6, the Alt-Art Zeraora V in at $60. In at number 5, you long-term viewers will know I absolutely love this card, and I mean love this card. This is none other than the Alt-Art Galarian Zapdos V, or as I like to call it, Road Runner. This is my favorite card from the set for several reasons. One, Zapdos is my favorite legendary bird, and I have both in its Kanto forms and Galarian forms. Its Galarian form looks like Road Runner, and I grew up watching the Looney Tunes, so when I see this card, I get some like nostalgia to it. I just love it. Yeah, it's not the colour scheme of Road Runner, but it's just still glorious, and the price of this card is in at $75. It is also quite a playable card, essentially shutting down the Eternatus VMAX deck. So if you were like me and played that deck, unfortunately Roadrunner's just meeping you down. Let me know if you guys do play the competitive game when you kill an Eternatus VMAX. If you use Galarian Zapdos, you're going to be shouting meep in your tournaments. I definitely am. Even if they threaten to kick me out, I'm staying true to my boy Roadrunner. But yeah, this is honestly my favorite card from the set. I really hope to pull it one day or buy it. I just need it in my collection, and then hopefully I grade it and get it to like the top grade. PSA 10 or CGC 10, I would honestly love that. But yeah, that is number 5. I think it should be number 1. However, I'm happy it's not number 1, because realistically, you don't want your fair card in the set being the most expensive, because it's just annoying for you to get. But yeah, that is your number 5 pick for the most expensive card in Chilling Reign, the Alt-Art Galarian Zapdos at $75. So I like to say, Roadrunner! But yeah, in at number 4, we do have a card which I think would be one of the most expensive. I think it'd be a bit higher, I'd say top 3, and it just missed that top 3 spot, because we're obviously at top 4. And in at top 4, we have the gold shiny Snorlax. I love this card, and it is at $100. There is a lot for spending on one card, especially not a graded one at that, but I honestly do think the $100 price tag, now let me explain why. I think that is kind of reasonable. One, Snorlax is a super popular Pokemon, and 2, it is kind of playable. Its ability Gormandize, allowing you, I think it's in the active position to draw cards until you have 6 in your hand. I'm just like thinking it off the top of my head right now. I do think if that is the attack, which I believe it is around that, Maybe, yeah, you do it. Yeah, that is it, because you have to have it in your active position. I do think that is very interesting, because we have a card called Path to the Peak, stopping any rule box Pokemon with abilities, not allowing to use their abilities. So draw engines such as your Crobat V, such as your Dedenne GX, can't use their abilities if there was a Path to the Peak in play. However, this Gold Shiny Snorlax get past Path to the Peak, so that is very interesting, and that could possibly be a big draw engine if you do play the trading card game. That could be a very good big and draw big, not intended, because Snorlax is quite big, I must say, draw engine to use. I know I may be throwing one or two into my decks going forward in case I come up with a deck using that pesky card Path to the Peak. But yeah, that was your number 4 pick, or not your number, but you didn't choose the ranking. That is the fourth most expensive card in Chilling Reign, the Gold Shiny Snorlax at $100. Now we are at the top 3. What are your predictions? That's the comment question today. What are your top 3 predictions for the most expensive cards from Chilling Reign? I must say they're kind of understandable. I do see why these cards are as high as they are. These are some of the greats, right at the top of the mountain when it does come to Chilling Reign. It must be a snowy mountain, because this set is set in a tundra. So in at number 3, we do have the Alt-Art Shadow Rider Calyrex VMAX. You guys heard me banging on about Shadow Rider Calyrex VMAX, how powerful it is, and it's just been given an Alt-Art, and it's super hard to pull, but I must say, if you pull it or buy it, it's kind of worth it. It is done by the fantastic artist himself, Mitsuhiro Arita. Wow, guys, what a card. It's just elegantly jumping over a garden. Its price tag right now is at $110. Keep in mind, all the prices I'm saying are accurate as me at the time I'm making this video. However, it could be up or down at the time you watch it. So just a little backstory, so check the date I do post this video, because it is correct as me post this video. But if you're watching it in 25 years, it's probably a lot higher, unless something weird happens in Pokemon, but can't really imagine that. However, the past couple, that 2020 and 2021 has been extreme year for Pokemon. So if the opposite of that, an extreme downtrend happens, well, if an extreme downtrend happened in Pokemon, I'd probably buy all these cards from my collection. I must say, I couldn't do that at the current prices, let me tell you. But yeah, this card is honestly beautiful, as well as being a powerful card. So if you want to bling out your deck a bit, you don't really like the rainbow rares, and you don't want to be using the regular VMAXs. Like, I don't want the regular VMAXs, don't want the rainbow rares. Give me that Alt-Art then. If you want a play set, 110 each of play sets, 4 cards of 440. That is a lot for a play set, now that I say it out loud. I didn't do the maths in my head. That is crazy. I wonder if I ever go to a tournament, I'll see someone with a play set. I must congratulate him right off the spot. I feel like if you got a play set of this card, you just win the tournament straight off the bat. I mean, you probably win anyway, because this card is so powerful. But yeah, that was the number 3 card for the most expensive card in Chilling Reign, the Alt-Art Shadow Rider Calyrex VMAX. In at number 2, this is the top 2 battling it out. Number 2 is one of the more popular cards from the set, if not the most popular. You guys probably all know it by now. It is the Alt-Art Galarian Moltres V at $120, and I think it does deserve the price tag, just like number 1 and just like number 3 I just mentioned, being the Alt-Art Shadow Rider Calyrex VMAX. However, Shadow Rider Calyrex VMAX had too much time in this video. I probably spent half the time in this video just saying its long name to how powerful it is. But yeah, this is the Alt-Art Galarian Moltres. Let's give it some time to shine in the moonlight, and I say moonlight rather than sunlight, because right in the background of the card you can see that big gaping beautiful white moon, which really just make Moltres stand out a load more. This card is so beautiful as being relatively playable with its ability, being able to be teched into Eternatus VMAX, because Eternatus VMAX had a problem where you can only attach 1 energy a turn, because we don't have much dark energy acceleration at the current format. However, Galarian Moltres' ability, allowing the dark energy from the discard to be attached to itself, really does help with that, because you can use its ability and then energy switch it to Eternatus VMAX. Really does help with that. So it ticks all the boxes, powerful as well as collectible. What more could you want from a card? And this card is at $120. That is the number 2 most expensive card from Chilling Reign. And in at number 1, you guys probably all know by now, I really do love this card now. Fingers crossed the price comes down a bit so I could possibly buy it, or maybe I'm lucky enough to pack it, who knows. In at number 1 though, we do have the one and only Alt-Art Blaziken VMAX in at $130. Wow, when I first saw this card released, and I believe Matchless Fighters, I couldn't believe it. When I saw that was a real Pokemon card, I was just sat there, my jaw was dropped. This card's artwork, guys, is so unique, and I can totally understand why it's the number 1 card from Chilling Reign. It is just so good. I totally understand why it's the most expensive card, as well as $130. A person would probably say like $150 minimum, but hey, $130 is decent for me. I'm not going to buy it, obviously, but it is lower than what I predicted, as well as being a fun little deck. I've seen some people playing with Zero Orvi. Imagine that. I've been talking about people going to tournaments with the Altar Shadow Rider characters VMAX. That's probably the biggest flex because of the price. But if someone does have the Alt-Art 0 OSV as well, the Alt-Art Blaze can VMAX it, that'd just be so beautiful, you know. It'd be like that scene in what's the anime where it opens the chest and it's all gold. SpongeBob, that's it. It opens that gold chest and just blinds him. That's what it'd be like. Imagine you just go to a tournament, you just see someone lay out their deck, you see all the Alt-Arts, just like, how am I going to beat this guy? Yeah, obviously the alt-arts don't define your power as a player. That's just a little joke, you know. You could be the best player there and you may just run the regular half arts, or unfortunately the worst player there and you spent the most money on your deck using all the alt-arts. But yeah, that is the 10 most expensive cards from Chilling Reign. Comment down below, is this what you expected? As well as answering comment question of the day being, what do you think the top 3 would be? I kind of agree with the top 3. I must admit they're all strong cards. I must say, if I was to rearrange the top 3, I'd probably say Altar Galarian Moltres in at number 3. Number 2 being the Altar Blaziken. I probably would put the Altar Shadow Rider characters VMAX in at number 1 because of the playability. You guys have probably had enough of me saying playability. You guys never want to play the trading card game because of me, and I do apologise for that. It is so fun. I just can't get out of my mouth. I just really do enjoy the game, and I hope you guys do if you do play it. And I think a lot of you guys, if you're not into it already, should get into it. That is for a video in another day if you guys want it. But that is all for me in today's video. Make sure to answer comment question today. I'm Alien ESP. You guys have been the best. I mean the best views on YouTube, and I'll see you the next time. Peace.